They hired Robert Downey Jr. for a reason. Right? But should he keep his mask on? Should Doom not show his face? Well, it's an article from Polygon that I think is pretty dope. They talk about it, you know. So let's get into that. Let's get into that. No, stream. What you mean stream ended? No, I'm still here, bro. I'm still here. If you took still here. Says when Robert Downey Jr. plays Dr. Doom, he better keep his mask on. This is coming from Polygon.com and is written by Susanna Polo. She says Robert Downey's return to the MCU announced at San Diego Comic-Con will have been a surprise anyway if you slice it. And I agree. But the fact that he's not returning to play Iron Man, founder of the Avengers, but to play Dr. Doom, the arch enemy of the Fantastic Four, is bewildering. One question has rung out particularly loudly in the wake of the news. How can Downey Jr. play Doom when everybody in the MCU is already familiar with his face as Tony Stark? That's a question a lot of people is asking. That's why everybody was scratching their head when they was like, what do you mean you're going to be playing Doom? Right? Well, what? Playing Doom? That's wild. Says, sure, Marvel Comics says Tony Stark become Dr. Doom. Victor Von Doom has become Iron Man. It's a 60-year-old continually running comic book continuity, my friend, who hasn't been Dr. Doom or Iron Man. Pretty sure I was Iron Man for an issue back in 1982. So, true. They, in the comics, there has been sharing of those mantles between those two. Victor Von Doom has been Iron Man, and Tony Stark has been Dr. Doom, so to speak. Not in the aspect of that. There's more context to just them two donning each other's mantle or moniker, whatever you want to call it. But there's one simple answer to this question. It's obviously a step toward getting Dr. Doom right. Yet it's something Hollywood has steadfastly refused to do until now. Downey Jr. should keep the fucking mask on. I like that. And I agree. Keep the mask. See, if you're going to bring RDJ back, I need him to be Doom under the mask. I don't need him to be a variant of Tony Stark. Bring him back, have him play a completely different character. If y'all want my opinion, maybe they don't, but if you do, let him be Victor Von Doom. Let him actually be Doom. He shouldn't be a Tony Stark variant. He shouldn't be the Tony Stark of this universe who just so happened to, turn into Doom on accident or something like that. No, let him be Victor Von Doom and let him play Victor Von Doom. Said it's well known that Hollywood struggles with how to portray fully masked characters. Screen actors don't like signing up for roles where they're not fully recognizable on screen, getting that star recognition that might turn them into or keep them as household names. Any actor might be skeptical about a role with their metaphorical hands, which is to say the literal face are tied behind their back. And I hate when, I hate that, because you have voice actors all day long who come in and kill their roles, face never shown. Kevin Conroy has played Batman, up until his passing. The GOAT, possibly, of might be the number one actor for playing Batman. And you never saw his face. Right? So I don't like that that take. But it is true though. It's true. Gore Christian Bale is Gore the God Butcher. They didn't want to have him play prosthetics and all that because they said the audience needed to see his face. This is a guy who does everything to embody a role. He got super skinny to play one role. He, packed on muscle to play Batman. He put on prosthetics and changed his face up so he could be Dick Cheney in the Dick Cheney movie. But Marvel comes and says, oh no, they need to see your face. We didn't need to see Gore's face. We needed to see Gore. We needed to see a menacing villain. You know what I mean? Since Carl Urban insisted on keeping his helmet on in Dread, but called it a very challenging process. Spike Lee admitted in the director's commentary of Inside Man that he tweaked the movie script after hearing Clive Owen's concerns. Marvel movies have historically made tons of concessions in this area. Spider-Man, Ant-Man, The Wasp, Black Panther, Iron Man, and War Machine are constantly whipping off their mask or helmets for pivotal conversations, even in the thick of combat. The innovation of the inside the helmet camera view was a brilliant solution to the problem, without which the Iron Man franchise might never have worked. But I don't need to see Doom's face. Or if Doom's face, if we see it, it needs to be scarred beyond recognition. We don't even need to know that it's Robert Downey. Since previous Fantastic Four movies have dodged the idea of a masked villain by insisting on making Victor Von Doom a supporting character, running his origin story alongside that of the Fantastic Four. Stupid idea. They just could never get Doom right. Actors Julian McMahon in the 2005 Fantastic Four and Toby Kebbell in the 2015 version got plenty of establishing screen time for their actual faces before their characters underwent the transformations that left them dependent on the mask. In these movies, not only is Victor Von Doom just some normal guy we get to look at, his mask isn't even a mask. It's just his face now, metal fused with flesh. Yeah, that was stupid. The thing about Doom is his mask. His mask is iconic. Iconic, and y'all couldn't even get that right. How do y'all mess up? That's like having Spider. You know what? I take that back. They did it with Deadpool in Wolverine Origin, so never mind. I was about to say how y'all do that, but Hollywood seems to be idiotic, stupid. So you never know from this Fantastic Four film adaptation, but in the comics, never seeing Doom's face is kind of the point. It's kind of the point. When he did what he did with the monks and all that, and infusing the magic in the mask, when he said, "You will never see my face again. The world don't deserve to see how ugly I am." He basically said that, put the mask on while it was still hot. Come on, man. While it was still hot. They was like, "It's going to hurt, sir." He was like, "I don't give a fuck. Put this mask on." Now, it might seem odd to insist that we respect the superhero mask when the superhero setting is so often what lies underneath. But Dr. Doom's mask is different from Spider-Man's or Deadpool's or Ant-Man's. Doom's comic book origins first set down in 1962's Fantastic Four number 5 is classically Faustian, even after he was warned not to, and later stories will codify the dissenting voice as Reed Richards himself. Doom meddled in science and magic, and they still can't even get that right. Science and magic, not just science, not just technology, science and magic. Beyond his ability, it fucked up his face. I love this article. And he's never forgiven Reed for being right or forgiven reality for declining to bend his will. We're not gonna read this comic panel, but it's a comic panel associated to that, just to let you know that Doom messed his face up while dabbling in magic and science. The only person who's ever done anything interesting by showing us Dr. Doom's actual face is the king of comics himself, Jack King Kirby. In his later career, Kirby made a number of mask-on Dr. Doom sketches that suggested the ugliness Doom claimed was in reality a single tiny superficial facial scar, and that Marvel's most menacing mask wasn't required to hide a hideous disfigurement, but was a product of Doom's inability to countenance anything less than perfection. Now, see, I like that. Doom hides his face because he is so obsessed with being perfect that one little tiny... Gotta cover that up. Gotta cover that up. He got might have a little cut between, underneath the eye or something. Gotta cover that up. So what makes Dr. Doom a great villain is that the mask is not like Darth Vader's theatrical assistance device. Wearing it is a choice. It's a choice Doom would have made even if he had a facial paper cut. His mask isn't like the Phantom of the Opera's concession to society's disgust either. Creators pulled the mask off characters like Vader and the Phantom to invite viewers to empathize with the vulnerability and the humanity. But the whole reason Doom succeeds is the Earth supervillain is that he'd rather kill every person in the universe to have them think he might be on their level. Doom is so into Doom that if you gaze upon Doom's face, you gotta die now. That's what we need to see. We need to see how Doom is so Doom is Doom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to see. As Kirby Sketches so succinctly put it, Doom's mask isn't about shame directed inward. It's about the hate directed outward. But this does pose a problem for live action adaptation, not simply in how you find a famous actor, right? But how do you find one who can make that a star performance as well? As boring and safe and expensive as it might be for Marvel Studios to reach back to a completely known draw like Robert Downey Jr. to play Doom, you can't deny he's a great actor and that playing Doom is a true challenge for him. He's also an actor who's already had his time as the literal face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I like that last line. He's already an actor who's already had his time as the literal face of the MCU. Now let's reverse it. We don't even need, you know what would have been dope? If they would have just announced Doom and Avengers Doomsday being, you know what I'm saying, the movie, and we don't know who's playing Dr. Doom. If they would have said, nah, RDJ, on the set, you cannot take this mask off. You can't take this. Only time you take the mask off is when you are in your trailer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe driving to or leaving. But as long as you're walking around on set, that mask stays on. Think of how dope, think of how they could have played into who's Doom storyline. Who's playing Doom? YouTubers and everybody would have been talking forever, for the longest until this movie came out, who played Doom. We don't know until we, you know what I'm saying? Even the voice, even if RDJ is that good of an actor, he changes the voice up a little bit. He, you know what I'm saying? He goes into a whole completely different tone. Just the whole, you know what I'm saying? We don't know who Doom is until we look at the credits. So the question is, does Marvel Studios have the guts to give us the Doom we deserve and never show his face at all? What y'all think? What y'all think? Should RDJ just keep the mask on and not even take it off? Do you think Marvel can pull off a Doom that we deserve, like the narcissistic, so much into himself type Doom that people have been wanting, the uber supervillain Doom that people have really been wanting? I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot by announcing Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom. I really do. I really do. I think they should have just, if they was going to announce Doomsday, have all those Dooms come out, have the main Doom, you know what I'm saying, when Robert Downey came out and threw his hands up like that, he should have never took the mask off. And that whole thing should have been a guessing game all the way. When does it come out? 2026? A guessing game all the way up until, is it 2026 or 2025? Either way, a guessing game all the way up until that time. That would have said, that would have kept us talking. For the longest, it would have kept us talking. but they kind of bit themselves, you know, then shot themselves in the foot now, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. This decision's so stupid. I don't care what they do with him. I'll stick to. Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. No, he's a great actor. Look, RDJ is a great actor. I'm not taking his acting ability away. I just think people is you know, like, why bring him back for what? And then why bring him back to play Doom? And is he gonna be the Doom going forward? Because if he's just gonna be this variant, let's say he is playing Victor Von Doom and he's just a variant, and then you know, come Secret Wars, you know, the whole things get rebooted. Why? That to me, that's a waste. That's a waste of Doom, in my opinion. Waste of Doom, in my opinion. Right. Yep. Right. Now, look, that's another thing. But see, I said it the other day. I did a video about how the MCU, you know, after them not recasting T'Challa, how the MCU has really just went down. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to know what was the reason behind it. It's because they couldn't write the storyline that they wanted to write because they didn't recast T'Challa, because T'Challa was supposed to be the guy to take the Avengers, you know, into the new phase. But since they didn't recast him, they couldn't take him into the new phase. So they had to do all these hard pivots and you know what I mean? They had to do all of that. So Coming Doom has more fans than Feige realized. I don't think he understands how big Doom is. I really don't. I don't think Doom to me supersedes or is just as big in comics as he is outside, or is just as big outside of comics as he is inside of comics. That mask is iconic. Rest in peace to MF Doom. But I think that even with MF Doom paying homage to him, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. I don't think Feige understands how big Doom is. They could have just, but to get it, you know what? They could have just easily came out and said, we are moving on from the Kang storyline. Doomsday. And they didn't have to bring Robert Downey Jr. Like I said, they could have lined up all them Dooms, had Robert Downey come out, throw his hands up, keep his mask on, call it a day. Easy. And it would have been the same cheers they got when he, you know what I'm saying, when he stepped up and did that, would have been the same cheers that they was going to get regardless. Yeah. Not bad. That ain't a bad choice. Yeah, Doom has been everywhere. Doom is the man. Doom is the man. She said he don't care about Doom. I feel you, she. True. Lots of similarities with Vader. Lots. Well,